Hello and welcome to another episode of the DewatchPod podcast. I am Jorgen Smorgasbord.
And I am Jim with a G, and we are up to some shenanigans today.
Yeah, for reasons that Jim does not entirely know yet, we have watched no fewer than 3 episodes of Season 5 today.
Yeah, I kind of thought I did know them. But I figured there was something else that was going to get revealed also. I just felt like... Because you hit me, when we started this season, you hit me like, hey, like, we have 5 episodes to watch. And, like, the math just did not check out on that. So, I guess here we are.
Yeah, and the episodes we have watched are Shades of Green,
The best nanite...
The Best
exotic
Exotic
nanite
Hotel,
hotel.
and
Of Gods and Angles.
And we
That's
have
a lot
just,
to remember.
yeah, it's 3 whole episode titles.
They're all weirdly named, okay? And I understand why.
It's a comedy.
No,
It's funny names.
none of these episodes seem to indicate that. How you got him?
So, I guess first we should start by, I guess we have 3 yes/nos to get through.
Oh boy. Okay. I guess, yeah, so we should start, we did watch them in an order, right?
Yeah.
We started with Shades of Green.
Yeah, Shades of Green, for me, kind of a no. Like, it's a bit weak.
I'm genuinely trying to remember it a bit here. Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna say a no on this one as well.
Like, if you're just watching the season, you know, whatever, but if you're like, I need to listen along and watch all the episodes, you know, skip Shades of Green.
Should we maybe just give a slight intro, like the pitch of these?
No.
Okay.
We're yes-knowing them first. Also, Shades of Green is the only one of these with a content warning for death.
Yes.
Next up, we have the Best Exotic Nanite Hotel.
I'm gonna hit you with a no on this one as well, to be honest.
For me, it's like I'm kind of leaning yes. It was quite funny.
It had moments. I think
Yeah.
it's definitely less of a no than the previous one. But it didn't, it was a bit too box standard for me overall.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Like, it's a weak yes from me.
And then finally, I've Gods and Angles, which... So, I should say also, while we were watching this, I had slept very poorly the previous night. But this episode, unfortunately, had some good moments, and I think I'm still gonna have to say no. I think this one had the highest peaks, but...
Yeah, no, I didn't like this episode.
It has a very fatal flaw that a lot of animated shows do, and I suppose we shall get to that later.
Yeah. So, next up.
Yeah.
I guess we'll do like the extremely short summary. Shades of Green has 2 plot lines. Tendi, the Orion of the crew, is currently home, and for reasons to do with like a conflict, I think it gets set up in the previous episode or something. She and her sister have to race a competing team of Orions. Tendi finds out her sister is pregnant and gets very kids' gloves.
And then the B plot is about a planet being post-scarcitied as a verb.
Yeah,
and
no, it's like in the exact transition away from like, yeah, these people have joined the Federation, we've given them post-scarcity technology, and they're handling the transition by collecting a lot of gold.
As you do.
And there's like a minor subplot with capitalist terrorists that sort of goes away after a bit.
It is very short. So we got then the Best Exotic Nanite Hotel.
Again, 2 plots in one. Well, I guess 3 plots technically. In one,
we have. I guess we can start with the lesbians.
Yeah. So there's the lesbians, which is Mariner, the protagonist, the captain's daughter, suddenly has one of the other characters go up like, "Hey, babe, and realizes she's never properly broken up with her, and over the course of the episode, sort of delays that until her hand is forced, and they have a normal conversation like adults at gunpoint. There is a nanite cube that they have to chase and eventually do get.
That's what's supposed to be the more material plot in the background of lesbians being bad at communicating, which is an official stance of this podcast.
That's an official stance of Jim. And the other plot is Boimler has to help some of the bridge crew apprehend an able admiral who has gone like, I should have vacation. My job is very boring. I never want to come back. And after some hijinks, they do.
Yeah, wow, crazy. Then we have Gods and Angles, which is about two strangely shaped alien species, one of which is cuboid and the other one is spheroid, who are racist towards one another, trying to broker peace. But also, there's a descendant of, and I don't know if you have any extra information on this. Yes, but like actually, like, is this a thing in the Star Trek?
I haven't seen the episode, but that's a reference to a real old Star Trek episode.
Damn. But yeah, his granddaughter is on the ship and she's bad at everything she does.
Yep. And she is very anxious about this and keeps fucking up and hiding stuff. So that's sort of the interpersonal conflict, like where this episode that Mariner needs to get through to her, and eventually, the cube plot resolves itself unrelatedly, because two of them have fallen in love, and yeah.
Also, Boimler wants to be friends with the ship's doctor, and he's bad at this.
Also, in the first of these 3 episodes, Rutherford is like, I want to not repair the shuttle, so I can repair the shuttle with Tendi.
Yeah, Man, we're so efficient, dude.
Yeah. Now, we have watched 5 episodes this season, 2 of which are in a couplet, whatever.
A two-parter.
Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah.
And 3 of which are here for mysterious reasons. So Jim, how do you think this list of episodes came together?
Like, and you've mentioned a tie.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing, I'm gonna be honest. Like, the two-parter, surely you would put together that as one. Surely you would put that together as one while we're contemplating this. The thing is, all 3 of these episodes that we watched today are kind of bad, in my opinion. Like, they're not horrific. You know, I don't, with some kindness, I don't think this hits the lows that, say, Black Mirror often hit, or like What is Starfleet from Strange New Worlds. But I do think they're kind of bad. So if you wildcarded in one of them, I couldn't figure out which one it would be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm racking my brain. The only thing I could even remotely guess at is if you put in the lesbian one, because, like, hey, queer stuff is fun sometimes, but, like, I don't think you would do that. I think you have slightly higher standards than it just being queer, because there's that episode is bad. So I'm actually gonna say that, like, I think this is the highest and lowest rank. The highest is the two-parter, and the lowest rank is a tie between all 3 of these.
Interesting. You are correct on all accounts.
Let's go!
And I will add, and I believe, so this is a bit of interpretation from me, but I believe IMDb has rated the two-parter episode separately, but I'm not certain because they have the same ranking.
Really?
That is the highest of the season.
Because I was pondering this a bit yesterday, like after we had like as we were gonna watch these.
Yeah. We watched the episodes yesterday. We are recording today.
Anyway, I was pondering this because I was like, I get the impression that Lower Decks is quite appreciated broadly. And like, if in a comedy show, I think it's really hard. You can do it, but I think it's really hard if you're generally well appreciated to do a series finale and have it be poorly rated. Like, you can do it, but like, you don't have a lot to tie up.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as it's like like a solid send off, I think people are going to be like, "Oh, that was a really nice show." Plus
Mm-hmm.
5 out of 5 on that
Yeah.
one. So it's like it can't be that that's lowest rated at all. And it's like when you wildcarded in 4.5 Vulcans, it's very clear to me why you would wildcard that in, despite Pat and Oswald being in there. But this one is like, there's nothing here that's like even kind of fun bad.
Yeah, so we have the somewhat thankless task of thinking about these 3 episodes, and I think like it, like
I have
so
been quaking in my boots about that. Yeah,
what like, and I'm not as apprehensive as you because like they're all like kind of the same.
I was thinking about to like it's a lot of formula, right?
Yeah, like there's an interpersonal conflict and there's a sort of nominal conflict. And
Yeah,
the like nominal like plot conflict like doesn't get like it's not written with a lot of like care to for details.
it's not interesting enough to actually serve as sort of like the backing, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's been other shows. Like, obviously, this is like a normal format. Like, these three are extremely dissectable.
Mm,
Like this is you put this in front of like a film student like 101 class, and you can be like, okay, separate these plots, explain what works and what doesn't, and what function these different elements serve.
yeah.
But like, if we take something like, and I'm gonna take up a bad example, like what is Starfleet? The background conflict of like, oh, here's this space butterfly that could be used as a weapon of mass destruction in self-defense. That's kind of a good pull,
Yeah.
right? Like there's interest in that, but just being like, there is a nanite monster that has no like clarity to it. It's like I don't think I actually care.
Yeah.
Or like the Aval Admiral, like to be honest, I think I kind of glazed past where the explanation was they were even doing was. Because the thing about that in the and this is also the hotel episode, is that like the thing that Boimler, who is our viewpoint character here, is like,
Mm,
oh, last time these two guys went on their secret agent missions, their helper got fucking mutilated. Basically, which is fine in Star Trek because I think
yeah.
you probably just get new hands, I
Yeah, he
assume.
has new hands by the end of the episode.
So it's only as opposed to historical Mapuche rebel Galvarino. Sorry. Yeah, like it's about Boimler, I guess, not feeling appreciated, right? Like, and it's also just like I think the thing that also struck out to me when we were talking about this is that there's also like a third plot in all of these that has like 2 scenes each. And it's like 2 30-second scenes. Like there's the whole like, oh, let's not repair the shuttle because I want to spend some time with Tendi when she comes back.
I think that one's got like 3 scenes.
Yeah, but like that's you know, like I'm not saying it can't be there.
I don't remember the name of the Vulcan, which is probably a bit.
Tillin.
Alright, Tallinn always gets like a tiny plot.
Oh, poor girl. She seemed
Also
kind of
with
fun.
the vibe tubes or whatever.
Yes, I was thinking about it too. I guess like see, was there another third one there?
Well, I think so. The reason in my mind, these episodes have like the best exotic nanite hotel is far better than the other two in my mind because and I'm sort of torn on yeah no like and I think Gods and Angles is the worst. And I think that experience comes for me mostly from the fact that Gods and Angles has too few plots to sort of bounce between.
Yeah.
So like it grates more.
So I actually want to talk about Gods and Angles for a bit because like I maintain that I think it has the highest peaks. It has a genuinely sick joke in the middle of it that
Yeah,
we both had a very good time with. Um, but there's a fundamental issue. So there's 2 things about God's angles that define it, right?
yeah,
Like it has a silly base concept, which is fine. Like that is not where the problems start. It's a genre episode, right? Like they're doing a bit of noir,
yeah.
like with like a proper police.
Yes.
Well, not maybe not noir, but like police procedural, right? Because like the
Yeah.
implication is like, oh, one of these cubes has
Sure,
been
sure, sure.
murdered. Um, but I don't think it goes in on that to a point that actually makes it interesting. But
No.
the fatal flaw of Gods and Angles is it introduces the annoying new character
Yeah.
that isn't gonna stick around.
Well, she has a minor part in one of the uh in the final episode.
Does she know?
Yeah, she they're like, "Oh, we need to crush these people's shields," and she's like throwing a lightning bolt from the
That's
hull.
right. I forgot about that. I don't know. Like that's not enough. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not good.
Like it's just one of those things where it's like and this happens I think a lot in animated shows. Like it's a short runtime. It's like 20 something minutes per
Mm.
episode. Um as per like an adult cartoon, everyone is a bit exaggerated compared to something like a live action show. And it's just really hard to gently insert a new character in a way that will make them likable when they also have to be one of the main people in the plot. And unfortunately, that means any sort of like goodwill I get from like, oh, like police procedural parody, that could be fun, is immediately ruined by her just being too annoying. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like I don't even think like this is horrific writing. I think it's just kind of like this is what happens with the elements you're presented with. You have like less than 20 minutes to introduce a new character and make us care for her, but like she's also the problem instigator.
Yeah.
You know, like it's you've put yourself in a bad situation trying to write this.
Yeah, no, and like the Boibler subplot is like completely ephemeral.
Because
Like it is just like a few bits.
yeah, let's talk about that too, actually, because I think that's another kind of issue here. Because correct me if I'm wrong. Like I'm gonna do the quick summary of what's going on here. Right, is that like Boimler has met like an alternate version of himself that's way cooler,
Yeah,
and he's gotten a pad, like a data pad from said version of himself, and he's trying to imitate the things he sees on
that's
there.
right.
And one of them is like, oh, in this universe, like I'm friends with a ship doctor who in this universe fucking hates me. Or at least is like extremely
Abrasive.
yeah, and like disregards me.
Yeah.
And like, okay, the background, like I wanna be like another version of myself. Classic like sitcom stuff, right? And it's just it's not a lot of weight to be like this extremely specific thing. Like the idea of like, oh, I'm friends with the abrasive doctor is like that's a thing you do as a one-off gag, not as a full subplot.
Well, yeah, but it's not a full subplot.
But
And
like
there should be a full subplot, and it can't be this.
I guess that's the point is that it hits like exactly in between.
Yeah.
That like either you do the like, oh well, you know, uh cool Boimler can pronounce this Paris like Paris, and I should start doing that. That's it's a one-off joke. I'm not saying it's good, but it doesn't take up that much space. And if you want to do a full subplot, it needs a bit more meat, and they do neither.
Yeah, no, and like like you could probably do it if you like incorporated it a bit more into something else.
Yeah.
So we're like an adjunct to a plot. But like it's not it's not giving enough to like have some pause from the like cube plot, which like to be fair, like I guess they mind that for like a fair amount of like fairly like shallow comedy,
Yeah.
but fair enough.
Like there's like as revealing myself as a person who has no taste, which should be apparent after like 6 months of podcasting at this point. Like there's a couple of like one-off jokes they do where it's like, oh, the cubes have an issue with this contract with Article 10. They don't like that the zero is so round. I'm like, all right, yeah, like I'll take that. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. Um, oh yeah, I think that's kind of the other thing, right? With this is that like the subplots don't integrate like at all. I want to say.
Well, I forget about this one.
Because like what happens in the end is the doctor like treat like the cubes the cubes and the spheres end up in a shape war. Dot
Oh
dot
right.
dot. And the doctor like treats Boimler who gets hit by like an energy beam.
Yeah.
And that's how those two come together, which like I don't think that's coming together. I'm just gonna be real honest.
Yeah, no, like all of these are like this, right? In that like, oh yeah, no, it turns out actually that in the end of like the first episode, like, whoops, um Tendi like nuked the race and like lost all of everyone's money.
As in the ship race.
And But you know, Starfleet's got all this gold left over, so they give that to Tendy's family,
Yeah.
to make them wealthy again, which is like, I understand that it's like, oh yeah, no, this is a comedy show. We can't just have gentle. We want like gentle resolutions. But that does feel a bit against the grain of Star Trek.
It's also just like, I think fundamentally the thing is, when you're doing this sort of thing, where like you have 20 minutes an episode, you want to do 2 to 3 plots, one of which is probably going to be quite a bit smaller than the others. You don't have to have them like come together where it's like, oh, the other one suddenly comes up with the perfect solution to the other one's plot's problem or whatever. But if you're gonna have them be completely separate, I think they need to be thematically similar in at least some way,
Yeah.
right? Because else it's like we could have watched these two as separate episodes, and that's not great, right?
So instead of doing them separately, they get like a like mechanical integration in the end, right? It's like, oh yeah, no, it turns out this plot solves the other one.
Yeah, that's a thing you can do, but I don't even think that's what's going on here, right? Like this is subplot A crew show like meets with subplot B crew and goes like, hey, what were you guys up to?
Yeah, no, like I guess like I guess it's mostly punchlines, really, right? They're not like integrated for like any big reason. It's just like, oh yeah, no. Turns out we have a bunch of money. Turns out we have something for this admiral to do that's not boring. Turns out Boibler's lightning bolt ass makes him friends with the doctor.
I even forgot about the fucking like evil admiral gets to study the nanite.
Yeah, no, like it's like all of these follow a formula and all of these like fall a bit short because like don't get me wrong, like the bits are good. They have good comedy writers who are
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, no, we'll just like set ourselves up to do like good jokes. Um but uh like they always do like, well, we need to have some interpersonal conflict.
Yeah.
Which like I'm not sure that you do.
Like, there's also the other thing that I'm thinking about right now is that like it seems like the integration comes after the resolution, right?
Yeah.
It's like to take the first one, right? There's the point where like Tandy, her name is Tandy, right?
Yeah.
Tandy is like, we're gonna shoot the treasure that we're racing for so we can have peace, and then there's a good smash cut where the pirate queen goes, "What the fuck were you doing?"
I want treasure. I'm
Yeah,
the pirate queen.
the treasure was the point. This is not the friends we made along the way. The treasure was the cool thing. But then we have a resolution scene where her family goes, "It's okay if we're poor. We can spend time together." And then a scene later we have integration where it turns out actually we're not poor. Here's a bunch of money, and you go like, "Wait, what? No, like you can't do the friends we made along the way and then be like, also here's the treasure."
Yeah.
You have to, like, I'm being very genuine here. You have to pick one. The latter hollows out the former resolution.
To go for like a bit of a uh orthogonal pull here, like Seinfeld is a very funny show, like from like 3 seasons and onward.
Yeah.
um and like they barely do like sensible plots, right? It's just like a weird, they just like create a weird situation and then mine it for humor.
Yeah.
And here we do just have like sort of this odd tyranny of like neat plot arcs, and like especially like, and I don't know, like Hollywood, like, or what's left of it, like is very much like in a situation where they're like, yeah, but what if we had like no writers though? What if we our writing got done by people like in a room like 6 months ahead of time, who didn't have enough time or any communication with the process? And I'm not sure if that's what's happening here. But like with these, like this might just be like, you know, that like they got better episodes in this season. These episodes are accurately rated as the worst episodes. So I do think they are different levels of bad.
How badly are these rated, by the way?
6.3.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's pretty bad. I mean, it could be worse, but that is pretty bad.
But yeah, no, like they do like a fair amount of like these are just like raw filler, and like they do like a fair amount of like overarching plot with other episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's kind of uh like these are like what comes out when you're like, well, we spent a lot of time making a plot overarching, and we still have like 3 episodes that need like to be there to get to the full season length. So we're just gonna throw in uh like Mad Libs with the formula, and then like spend our writing time riffing on like the things we've like Mad Libs.
I think that's sort of like something I'm thinking about. If I'm gonna do like a cynical interpretation of this, this is the last season.
Yeah.
This feels like people are going like, okay, guys, we're not gonna have another opportunity. Does anyone have any subplots they've been sitting on for the last like couple of years they want to do? And we'll just put them together and we'll figure something out. And then the figuring something out did not happen. They were just like, yeah, no, I want to have one about a breakup that isn't communicated clearly. And go like, okay, yeah, sure, that's yeah, it can be in the episode. That's fine. Like I don't.
Maybe
This is probably not really how it works, but it's how it feels, right? Like it feels like we're sweeping up the like crumbs of a show.
it's too formulaic for that.
I yeah, but I also feel like maybe that's kind of part of it in a way.
I don't know. Maybe it's just that like the bits aren't like quite good enough to. I wonder. Like this is like this is the point at which becomes a big problem that we haven't seen like a proper episode yet.
Yeah,
Like
true.
we've only seen like finale and like the worst.
And crossover. If we count Strange New Worlds
Well,
one.
crossovers mostly in live action, so I wouldn't.
I guess, yeah. But no, like it's one of those things where it's like you can feel I hate speculating too much about like writers' intentions and stuff like that, but it
Mm.
doesn't feel like they were really trying that much on this one. You
Um.
know, like it is kind of the like formulas exists for a reason. But dot dot dot, you know, like it shouldn't get to this point where it's like I know how this is gonna go. The only one that surprised me was the capitalist conspiracy plot because it didn't go anywhere at all.
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
like I remember like starting that episode and going like, "Oh, this is interesting."
Yeah.
And then it's just like, no, everything's fine.
It is like what is it? Because it's like Boimler is like, oh, I want to be a cool boss. You know, inciting incident. They go to investigate. There's a slight twist, and then the twist is immediately undone. And you go like, all right, then. I guess we're good here. And like,
Me?
yeah, like that's it. It's just like they find them dead, and then it turns out they're not dead. Like
Yeah.
there's not a lot of steps to the plot of this one. Like you know, obviously like when it's like, you know, the pitch is cool, right? Like a planet just entering post scarcity. And obviously you can be like, well, it's a comedy show, it's 20 minutes, it's not going to be like a deep analysis, but maybe the like pitch itself is going to be quite strong. And then it's like, nah. There's one bit joke there where someone is like, oh, it's kind of sick being rich.
Yeah, no, I guess I think I am like it is at the end of the day like the lack of thematic resonance, right? Um
I want to go further on that. I want to say just a lack of theme. Right, like as I'm okay. Theme of the best exotic nanite hotel is talk about stuff, and I'm like, yeah. Theme about um gods and angles is like, don't be racist, and I'm like,
well,
yeah.
I think the theme there actually like only really comes through in the interpersonal plot,
Yeah.
and the theme there is like don't hide who you are because your electric powers will create problems for you when you do.
Well, it's like one of those things where it's just like I don't know, like because on this very podcast we've praised fairly similar like themes before, I feel like,
Yeah.
but I don't know, it's just not enough meat on the bone to do that, right? Like it's a bit too much like paint by numbers, right? Like you can see every step of what's gonna happen like from step one, and I'm not someone who believes in like good stories need to be unpredictable, but it feels too much like I could have read the synopsis on Wikipedia and been done with it, you know?
It is very much going through the motions.
Yeah.
Like, I'm forgetting the name of the demigod, and it really doesn't matter that much.
I don't even have a space in my head where I know the name once was. Like, I don't even know if I picked up on her name at all.
Like, it's an odd one, right? Because we have like the red herring of like, ah, yes, she could use her demigod powers for,
Evil question mark?
well, for de-escalation. Um, but then it's like, no, no, she needs to use her engineering knowledge for de-escalation.
Yeah, I guess.
And it's like, is this anything? Like, I'm not.
This
I,
is me. Like,
who you
listen,
could choose to be, I guess, is more important than what you have inherited. I guess.
but it's like I now that you're putting it like this, I empathize because this is when I have not prepared for an RPG session and I want to feel meaningful in some way, and I'm like, I can post hoc something once stuff has happened. We can get there.
Well, like it is just like that she is like too annoying and somehow still doesn't get fleshed out enough.
Yeah, like it's I don't even know what really went wrong with that episode. You know, like, cause there's that, and it's like already a bad position to be like the amount of times in an animated show of 20 minutes where someone's been like, here's a fuck up new character. Like, how many times have people come out being like, wow, I really liked her?
Well, I think the issue is that she doesn't get to breathe. Like not even within the context of the episode, like she is an adjunct to an actual protagonist, right? Like Mariner like has like half the screen time with her and is like, "Oh yeah, no, I can fix you." And then it's like, "I guess you did, but like what?"
But like, even then, because like, okay, so I feel like we're just getting into it, like the drill and Duncan here, but like, it ends because like one of the running things is that Banner's like, wow, I see myself in her because she's like a sort of rebel
Yeah.
against Starfleet in a way. She's just, she's no nonsense. She's punk, and then it kind of ends with her like, because she has hidden evidence
Yeah.
during this process, which like even then I was like, I don't know, like I understand where you're coming from because it's like, oh, the computer was melted. Maybe people would think I did it with my electricity powers, and I'm like, that's flimsy. It
Yeah.
mostly just seemed like you were sabotaging things for fun at this point, but okay. And she gets thrown in the brig for one day, and she's very annoying about it.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of one of those things where it's like Mariner is being like, "I'll keep you company," because like I see myself in you, and I'm like, I don't think she's earned that. Like, I think if she was like, okay, yeah, like, that sucks, but I'll take the bragging. Like, I don't know. I don't think that would redeem her or anything, but it's like, it's at least maybe something. But just like, I don't know, you can't have a character that starts annoying and ends annoying.
Well, the problem is that her internal conflict is like alluded to but like doesn't like it is supposed to drive the plot but doesn't.
It's also one of those things where I think, like, fundamentally, when you're writing a character with, like, self-esteem slash legacy issues, if everything they do to try to ameliorate those issues hurts other people, that doesn't come off well. Like, if you're doing that as a villain plot, cool. Like, oh, this half-orc is doing horrific things because they can't deal with their heritage or whatever. Fair enough. Fun villain. As someone we're supposed to sympathize with and, like, be part of the good guys, I don't know. Like, it just doesn't come off well. It's not endearing. It's just like, wow, you have just messed things up for everyone because you're mad about being a demigod's grandchild or a god's grandchild. I don't know the lore.
Oh, doesn't matter. Yeah, no, like it's and like the lesbian like it's all like it is three miscommunication subplots, right?
That, yeah.
Um
Uh,
and like the third in a row probably like grates even more.
yeah.
But like, like learn a second trick, you know? Like, people not communicating and then being forced by plot circumstances to communicate. Like, is that, is, like, that cannot be all we have
I think
room for.
this is an extremely fundamental issue of a lot of animated comedy where you come up with a bit that works as a bit for like a 30-second skit and it does not work for a full subplot in a 20-minute episode.
Yeah, so
Like the joke in the first episode about Tendi arranging a mutiny to protect her pregnant sister from being too much of a badass. Good pitch. But like that's the peak, right? Like that's the kind of the peak of that episode. Or the like, oh, we tried to
I'm gonna be real, I hated that plot from the beginning.
Okay, fair enough. I think it was like fine at least conceptually. I but like I think it's like it sounds good in theory, I guess is what I'm going for. I think the same thing is kind of like, okay, you have a good bit with the like, we blew up the treasures and now it's a draw, and then the pirate queen is like, that's not what pirates do though. 10,000 years in hell. Like that's a good joke.
Yeah.
But it doesn't carry an episode.
Yeah, no, and well, it might do something if you let it stick.
Yeah, that's I guess the other part.
I think the other thing is that like miscommunication like usually isn't funny.
No, it's extremely grating. Like I at this point, I would love to know who's like, oh fuck yeah, another miscommunication plot. Are you saying the love interest heard a partial sentence from their lover and now thinks they're cheating on them? Oh, that's my thing.
Or it's like, or like in reality, like most miscommunication is just like plainly like tragic.
Yeah.
And like here it's like, oh yeah, no, like I guess it's cathartic because like it's that, but then it like circumstances conspire to like fix the situation.
Yeah.
I guess like that doesn't really reflect like anything real though.
I'm always curious why it pops up so much in media. Like, in a way, I guess it's one of those things where it's like
It's
you can
tension without fault.
Yeah, I suppose I was gonna say it's conflict you can insert anywhere. Like, there's no situation where you can't have a miscommunication.
Right. And like in Gods and Angles, at least we have like actual fault. But we
Yeah.
still have like but like in the end of it, we still go like, well, yeah, but you know, she's good.
That's the problem because it goes back to it's not really her fault for sabotaging a potential murder investigation.
Well, I think it does like in the end blame her somewhat, but like not like forcefully, which I do think that is like not necessarily like a bad way to tell a story. Like, you know,
No.
someone like redeems themselves and then they're like annoying about like that's a very real story when someone's like, oh yeah, no, I'm gonna have a good moment that like shows like fairly definitively that like I can be fixed, but I am not fixed yet, so for this the arc of the story I will remain annoying.
You have a friend who was extremely just annoying and kind of shitty in high school, and now it turns out they're a philanthropist, but they won't shut the fuck up about it. That's kind of the energy.
Yeah, no, like she has done some work, bettered herself. Unfortunately, that work has not been in the area of not being annoying.
Like likability is a different stat than goodness, you know.
Very much so, right? And like I think ironically, like that I think that the problem with that one is just like that it's like, ah, yeah, no, I know they did something different, but that different involved also introducing a new character. And you know, that's rough.
I think also there's an element because we talked a little bit about this with the breakup subplot. So I actually looked this up. That character is in previous episodes, just very infrequently.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, because I asked you during the episode, is this a real character? You said no, and I guess what I meant was like, has she shown up before? Because genuinely, so obviously we're watching this backwards, and I have not seen the show before. When she was like, "Hey babe," and like kiss on the cheek, like let's go investigate this nanite. I was like, she's the nanite.
If you watched season 5 in like regular release schedule, you will not have remembered her.
Okay, because I was
But
genuinely
yeah, no,
like,
like
this is.
I think she like shows up at some point, but like I had no recollection of her.
I
I was like,
genuinely
yeah, no, she's probably been around.
I genuinely thought it was like a doppelganger. I was like, or like a brain parasite or something. I was like, this is clearly like a villain infiltrating somehow and like warping her mind. Like, that's what I thought the plot was going to be, is that Mariner was the only one who understood that this was a fake person. But yeah, anyway, like it's,
Yeah.
I think it's the trouble of like, when you try to put either like a literally new character you've never seen before, or like a character that's barely been there and been like, hey, remember our close, intimate connection with John? Like, that lands very poorly in every single instance I've ever seen it done.
Yeah. I well, I think you can lampshade it and kind of get away with it.
Yeah.
But like it's never like a it's always like shaky.
Yeah.
Um I guess like one thing to like make a bit more sense of this is that like Boimler does not have like an arc for a reason in these. Uh and that is because he has a season arc where in the end like he breaks his tablet.
Yeah.
You will recall this, but
I
I
do.
don't remember why. So it
uh,
didn't land that much for me.
wasn't it something, I guess this is literally the other episodes we watched.
Yeah.
Because they're having the whole thing about hiding the Klingons.
Oh, right. To like secure the Klingon, he breaks his pad.
Yeah, I think so. Man, I feel bad
Yeah.
because this is the one we were much more positive about, and now I can't
Yeah.
remember
No,
plot.
like it. I think like, and this is doing the unfair thing of talking about episodes you haven't seen. Like this season very much suffers from like the season arc.
Mm.
Um, and there are other episodes where like they set up like, ooh, there's a mysterious force creating rifts.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and it's not good.
I think a fundamental issue with that sort of stuff is that like just because a character has a season-long arc doesn't mean they can't have episode arcs, right?
And yet, um,
Well, that's what happens, but the reality is it
yeah,
doesn't have to be like that. But obviously, it's harder to write both of them, right? Like
yeah,
it's harder to write like then to make it coherent with both like like an episode to episode arc versus like a season long arc. It's hard to integrate,
yeah,
but you should try.
yeah. And I think like the other thing that like I think part of the reason we have this much like, oh yeah, no, it's like a bit of miscommunication fun, is that it's really hard to like have your characters grow and still have them like do enough dumb shit to drive a plot.
And this is
And
season 5. They're
and this
supposed
is
to have
season
grown quite a bit.
yeah, no, like the text is very clear that all of these people have grown a fair amount. And like that's counterproductive to having plots.
Yeah, I suppose it kind of comes back to the idea that like miscommunication is a way to create a conflict without any bad intentions
Yeah.
on anyone's side. Now, I do want to make like a slight cutout on that front with Mariner, who knows she's supposed to communicate and chooses not to.
Yeah.
That is very intentional.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the rest of it is just like you can preserve character development by just having them act under false information.
Yeah.
Unless that character development is maybe think about the things you're doing better.
Yeah, no, like it's very strange because Mariner like is supposed to go from like renegade to like well integrated renegade. Um and like that's like not that great a shift.
Mm.
So like it doesn't it comes out a bit odd at times when it's like, oh yeah, no, but I trust you now. and it's like she does dumb shit still though.
Yeah.
Um, and it's kind of yeah,
There's not much to it, right?
yeah,
I feel like I didn't know enough about Mariner, but like even this season, there's I think it is of Gods and Angles where she's
yeah.
talking to her mom, the captain, and she's going like, "I'm so reformed," and her mom is like, "You just stole my pad." You like there is a point there, and I don't know how she was in season one. I guess we'll get there, but like I'm like, yeah, that seems like
Yeah,
a season two line, you know?
maybe. Like the other thing, of course, is that we have watched the three worst episodes back to
Yeah.
back to back. Um, so and two of these are actually back to back, but another one is in fact like separated out. Um, and like they're all like also quite character centric.
Mm.
Which I think does end up detracting because the characters like need more outside stuff.
I feel
Um,
like I barely knew what like the material plot was in the background of most of these.
yeah, and like a lot of the time, the material plot is at least funny. And like the nanites weren't funny, the admiral was funny. Um, the pirates weren't funny, mostly not. The other Orions were funny.
The cubes and spheroids had moments.
Yeah, honestly, like that one was like pretty strong comedy material.
I
Uh,
do like have to give the shout out to when the cubes and spheres are like really angry and they're getting into like battle formation and they have the they could be forming anything. Wait, no, they're just making bigger shapes of themselves. They're not creative at all. Just a, it's the highlight for me of these three episodes.
yeah. So yeah, no, that like usually like the energy comes from outside, and with these, like there's not that much energy coming from outside, and that's
Yeah.
kind of I think what ultimately like makes these the weak episodes of the season. Like I remember like one of the like extremely strong middle ground episodes is like, oh yeah, no, like here's Mariner's Klingon friend, and those are
Oh.
the ones who show up in the
Yeah.
final double episode. And like that's quite like that's a pretty fun episode because it's like drawing on like the world as opposed to the characters while also like drawing on the world in a new way, and that has a lot more like juice than like, oh boy, someone miscommunicated again.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose there's like, after all we talked about Strange New Worlds, like, if this is the worst of it, like, that's fine. You know,
Yeah,
like, it doesn't ruin anything.
yeah,
It's not like they fucking went
yeah. No,
on,
this is a slump, not like a pit.
and it's like fine to have slumps. Like, I think that's completely cool.
Yeah,
It's
no.
okay for TV shows to be depressed sometimes.
Sometimes, you write a bunch of formulaic episodes, and with most of them you manage to tie them together, and with some of them you don't.
And hopefully, like, the saved sort of creative energy goes somewhere productive.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. Like, like, again, like, none of these, like, made me upset.
yeah.
Or like I don't think you had anything the way you reacted to What is Starfleet.
Well, yeah, but that's a very extreme case. But there were also, like,
I
say, Black Mirror episodes
I
that
was gonna
were, like,
say,
very bad.
like, I think Black Mirror has hit far lower lows than either this or like
Yeah,
Strange New
yeah,
Worlds, right? Like we have not had a Beyond the Sea, we have not had a Metalhead in a long time.
yeah. And
Thank
it's nice.
fucking God. Like I'm for uneven writing, but like there's gotta be a fucking limit somewhere.
But yeah, so that's, uh, I was like worried about just like watching the worst episodes back to back, and I think part of that worry has been borne out. But I do think like it is productive in the sense that you do just like see the like skeleton these things are built around like
Yeah.
so very clearly.
It did very much feel like I don't think I could have articulated it properly, but I there was an element when we were watching that I was like, I feel like I've seen this before on some level, like just
Yeah,
these elements. I will say, like, I do think Gods and Ankles is probably the worst one of these three, but
yeah,
it definitely did not help that it was the last.
yeah. Yeah, it's a brutal position to land in when you get picked in the triplet of worst, and you're the last one to be watched.
And I'm gonna be entirely honest. I think it's even worse when you have such a focal point of bad writing in the new character. Because, like, in the other two, I think the badness is a bit more diffused all over it. And so having this, like, incredible, like, just perfect light coming together through the magnifying glass made me
Yeah.
go, like, I don't want to watch anymore.
Yeah, no, like it's like it's a bit unfortunate that the like inspiring like hey, we can like help people through sympathy and empathy, and to have that just like be a bad episode. But here we are.
Well, I think there's plenty of those.
Yeah.
Okay, so where are we heading next, Jorgen?
We're heading to season 4, of course.
Huzzah!
Now I haven't checked for any ties. Um, I don't think wildcards are super likely.
Okay.
Because it's been a
Well,
while.
don't give me too much of a forecast. That's wanted to be a challenge.
So we might just end up doing like watch all of our season 4 material in one go.
Alright. I guess we shall see next week.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for listening, dear listeners.
Yes. And see you on the other side.
See ya!